Welcome, 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 everybody. My name's Amista Bennett, and I do psychic tarot readings as well as mediumship readings and Reiki. And so I just came online to say hi to everybody, have a little chance to chit chat, get to know all of y'all a little bit, give you guys a chance to know me a little bit, and just see what shows up. So, the first thing that we're going to look at today, while I wait for people to show up, since I didn't announce this or give anybody any warning, first thing that I'm going to be looking at is going to be what is our best advice to manifest within the next 24 hours. And so this is going to apply to anybody who is watching this video right now or who stumbles across it by accident later, or maybe even not by accident later. So let's see what comes up for best manifestation advice for us over the next 24 hours from my YouTube peoples. All right, let's see here. Okay, well, sometimes whenever we're manifesting, there are certain people who drag us down or hold us back. Well, we may be dealing with somebody like that today. We do have a King of Swords that shows up in reverse whenever we're trying to manifest. This King of Swords in reverse is my grown up who has a fit as if they were 4 years old. Hello there, Maria. Welcome, welcome. So, this person is generally not the person that helps us to manifest or move forward. We have the Prince of Cups showing up in reverse. Prince of Cups in reverse basically says that we are letting this person know that, that behavior is not acceptable, probably in a more gentle way with the Prince of Cups. This is not a really in your face or let's duke it out type of thing, but definitely letting somebody know still not really happy with how you're acting. I don't think that's very productive. And it looks like in most cases, this person is not going to be very responsive to that. We have the rebirth card coming up in reverse, which says that with this person, that is causing problems, that doesn't want to stop causing problems, the best thing that we can do is not engage with them going forward in the future if we want to manifest whatever it is we want to manifest. I'm sure this would apply in a lot of different situations. So every once in a while, I'll have a client that comes in that, they're not really, maybe they're trying to tell me how to do my readings or they're trying to tell me what my readings are saying. And I don't re-engage with those types of clients, no matter how much money they're offering me to do what I do. So that's kind of what this is saying. If you get somebody in that is causing you more headache and more stress than what it's actually worth, you can let them know, look, this is a problem and something's going to have to change. But then I feel like nothing's really going to change. So then you're going to have to say, you know what, I don't really care to work with you again, or collaborate with you again, or interact with you again, whatever the case may be. So I know we've got at least two people in the room. I'm going to read for the next person who puts the number that I'm picking right now and writing down. I'm going to put a circle around as soon as I get to a scratch piece of paper. If you put that number in the chat first, you'll be the next person that I read for. So, okay, I've got a number down. So it's a number between 1 and 4. Number between 1 and 4. Whoever puts that in the chat first will be the person that I read for. 3. Well, Maria, you're very tuned in. You're incredibly tuned in. Debbie, hello, hello. Glad to see you here. That was crazy. Here's the number that I had written down and circled. You can see that along with my other little scribbles. So let's see. Maria, do you want a message from Spirit? Or do you have a specific question for me? You just tuned right in, girly girl. Did you shock yourself? With that, wow, I think you shocked yourself. Ba-ba-da-da. Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback message. And don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video. Also, share it out to the world. The more people that are here, the longer I stay, the more chance you have for a piggyback reading. Hello there, Milos. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Message from Spirit for Maria. Okay, guys. Be on the lookout for a piggyback message as I'm pulling Maria's reading. A piggyback message is when Sacred Spirit puts a message for you on somebody else's reading, and you'll know it's yours if you recognize that it's resonating right off the bat. Then you know it's a piggyback reading and make good use of it. Please don't let it go to waste. However, if it's not resonating right off the bat, please don't try to stretch it out, scrunch it up, run over it, or throw it in the dryer to make it fit. All right. Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me know that, Milos. Okay. Now, Maria, Maria, Maria. All right, here we go. Here we go. What you have shown up as your situation, first two cards of the situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. Queen of Cups in reverse. Gosh, I'm pulling a lot of these Queen of Cups in reverse lately. We'll talk about that in a second. Covered by the Princess of Cups. Now, this is quite the contrast. All right, so Maria, here's what I'm going to say. Somebody in your sphere of influence has had some kind of volcanic emotional eruption, or they will, because this could be past, present, or future. Hello there, Gracie. Okay, so some kind of volcanic emotional eruption. And then we have the Princess of Cups covering. So then they came to you and they said, oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry. All right. So that volcanic emotional eruption usually has to do with the idea that this person's been trying to pretend everything's okay for a while and they didn't even let you know anything was wrong until they did. And it was huge. All right. Oh, thank you, Milos. Everybody else, please remember, like the video. I'm pointing at the wrong corner. Like the video. Actually, like is downstairs for you guys. All right. Anyway, like the video and please share it. The more that I hear, the merrier. So we've got our situation here for Maria. Now we're looking at best advice or heads up. Best advice starts off with the Tower in reverse, followed by the Six of Wands, followed by another Wands, the Three of Wands. Okay, so your best advice or heads up. When the Tower's in reverse, I always like it much better. This basically says, this basically says that when this person basically lost their stuff, had their volcanic emotional explosion, that really shook you up. Tower in reverse says, okay, well, I'm recovering from that. Whatever that really shifted the foundation on for you, now you have found a better situation to move forward. When that tower's in reverse, you found a better situation than the old one to move forward with. Here's the thing. I think you're being well appreciated with whatever this is that you have found to replace and bring in that new security. And with the Three of Wands in reverse, this says that whatever this is that you found to replace, wherever somebody lost their stuff on you, whatever you found to replace that, where you're being well appreciated, it's just for the short term. It's not for the long term. Okay. My Three of Wands is like a drive-by or something like that. You know, this can be a stepping stone. If it's a job, this can be a stepping stone situation, but this is for the short term. All right. Which basically means it's a stepping stone situation of some kind that allows you to kind of get your bearing until you move on to something that's even better. All right. So that was for Maria. Did anybody get any piggyback messages off of Maria's message? We have 6 people in the room now. The next person that I'm going to read for, I just picked a number between 1 and 12. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat in front of my face first will be the next person that I read for. Number between 1 and 12. Hopefully somebody got a piggyback off of Maria's message. Let's see. 7 is not it. 6 is not it. By the way, don't forget to like this video and share it out to the world. The more people that are here, the longer I stay. 2 is not it. You are quite welcome. Did it make sense? Grand. 3 is not it. Number between 1 and 12. 11 is not it, although I do like that number. I didn't happen to pick it this time. Guys, see if you can tap in. Number between 1 and 12. 10 is not it. Boop-a-da-doo-doo, boop-a-da-doo. 9, Milos. I think this is your first time here too, isn't it, Milos? You are the winner. It did. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. Yay. Okay, so Milos, here's how this works. What you just saw me give to Maria was what I call a message from Spirit. And I let Spirit pick that topic and pick whether it's in the past, present, or future. I really don't pick anything. I'm just the messenger. So you can ask for a message from Spirit, or if you have a specific question that you want answered, you can ask a specific question. And if you have that, then you just put that in the chat for me, and then we'll go from there. I don't know why you didn't try to tap in. You're pretty intuitive as well. So which would you like, Milos? Message from Spirit. Okay. And Milos, with a name like that, I have to ask you, where are you watching from? America is the melting pot, so you could very well be in my country, but you might be from somewhere else too. Serbia. Okay. Yay. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Jennifer Davies. Hello, hello, hello. We had somebody in the room from Serbia, I think last time I went live as well. I don't remember your name though. Must have been someone else. All right. Buzz message from Spirit for Milos. Milos. Okay, we've got your cards down, Milos. First two cards are the situation that Spirit wants to look at. Can be past, can be present, can be future. If you don't recognize it as pretty much future, future usually happens within a couple of days, normally. Now, situation. Hermit is what we have for the start of your situation, covered by the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so here's the deal. Hermit talks about seclusion, getting away from people. This talks about having a chance to think things over and really decide what's important to you. What are your priorities? What makes you tick? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you trigger? Maybe even if you're feeling ambitious, you might deactivate a trigger while you're in hermit mode. But hermit mode is away from other people because we're trying to come up with all this without other people just talking in our ear and influencing that. All right. Now, whenever this is covered by the Ten of Swords in reverse, this is really interesting because it tells me that you went into hermit mode before. You thought you were done with hermit mode. You thought you had figured out your new priorities and you were ready to be out in the world. But with the Ten of Swords in reverse, this says, now I'm going back into hermit mode. Something has happened that says, whoa, I need to rethink this again. And that's perfectly appropriate because right now Mercury's in retrograde. So this is the time to rethink everything. Okay. So now you're going back, you're rethinking something again, re strategizing, understanding yourself even better. It does bring a lot of healing. Last 4 years, that would explain the going back into it. We have to come out of it once in a while just to go shopping, if nothing else. All right. I'm a Scorpio and I can be very introverted. I'm not so much because I can't be for my work, but before I started doing this work, I used to be. I hated to leave the house. I still hate to leave the house. I do most of my readings online. You're a Scorpio moon? I'm Scorpio sun, Neptune, Venus, and Mercury. And I've got a Pisces moon. All right, so let's take a peek at your best advice or your heads up. What is our best advice or heads up here? Okay. All right. So this is really kind of showing where some healing needs to happen and what's going on with the hermit mode, hermit mode, hermit mode. We've got our, oh, that means you're very practical. We've got our lady coming up in reverse. Lady coming up in reverse is interesting because normally when she's right side up, if she comes in like this, she's really good at creating. She's really good at saying to the universe, oh, wouldn't it be great if la da 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 da. And next thing you know, la da 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 is just falling in her lap. She's that kind of manifester. Okay. Now, when she's in reverse, what this is saying is you're still doing manifestation work. We always are, whether we know it or not. And we do that by focusing on something. And so if we focus on what we want, we bring it in very easily. If we focus on something we don't want, we bring that in very easily too. So this lady in reverse is telling me that what you're thinking about more is the what ifs. But what if my ideal doesn't happen? What if this thing doesn't work out? What if this loan doesn't go through? Or whatever your what if is. And as you're focusing on the what ifs, you're bringing that what if closer to you. So, right now, the type of manifesting that you're doing is not going the direction that you want it to go. And so, you have to find a way to switch up your thoughts. Okay. So, this is your insight to let you know, like where you're going back into hermit mode has to do with the idea that you're really focusing on a fear. And I'm going to look at that before I look at advice for you because how to turn that around because I want to understand this fear more. So you spend time in hermit mode because of this idea that you're focusing on the what ifs that are not what you want that have to do with partnership. What you're focusing on is the idea of if I get together with somebody, it's not going to work out. It's going to all fall apart. And then how am I going to feel? And then the 2 of Cups coming up in reverse says the idea that you're focusing on this makes it really hard for you to even enjoy the partnerships when they show up. It becomes a self-sabotage thing that you're creating by thinking, "What if?" Because as you think, "What if?" then what happens is all of a sudden you're not attracted to that person anymore once you've thought about what if, even though nothing has changed in the relationship at all, you're not attracted to them anymore because you're afraid of the what if, then you end up getting away from them or making things uncomfortable for them so they get away from you because that's what you're actually focused on. Okay. And that throws you back into hermit mode, which granted is very healing, but we don't want to spend our whole lives there. And so, really, the best way to get out of that defensive, kind of crusty hearted situation is to take this and start turning our thoughts around. So now we have to start saying, yeah, that could happen. So and so could leave me, or I could get with somebody really great, and then they could kick the bucket on me or whatever. But what if everything would work out beautiful and we'd have this great partnership and this wonderful attachment? What if that happened? And that just makes you a little bit more open to the good things coming in, and so the good things start to come in. But if you keep thinking about what you don't want to happen, you keep bringing that in. So the advice here is find a way to acknowledge those fears. You don't want to fight them because that gives them strength. And then say, but what if? And fill that blank in with the ideal just to make you more open to that coming in. All right. All right. Well, thank you for all of that verification, Milos. I appreciate it. You guys, if you think I do good with like just 5 little cards, you definitely want to book a 30-minute reading with me. And I read online. My costs on my readings are 30 minutes for $100, 45-minute readings for 150, and 1 hour for 60 minutes. Yay! I'm so glad I got to help you. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so who are we going to read for next? We've got 8 people in the room. I'm picking a number between 1 and 16, and I'm going to circle it. And whoever guesses it first will be the next person I read for. By the way, guys, don't forget, thumbs up on this video, especially if you're getting a piggyback message or if I'm reading for you. But if you're just enjoying the video and you would like to see more of them, put a thumbs up out there. Also, share with the world because the more people that come in, the longer I stay and the more chance you have for a piggyback reading. 3 is not it. Oh, thank you, Gracie. 6 is not it. 3 is still not it. Mila Mila, nice to meet you as well. 7 is not it. Keep on trying until somebody gets it. 5 is not it. 9 is not it. 14 is not it. Number between 1 and 16. 8 is not it. 16 is not it. Boop ba da doo doo. 11, 11. Who got 11? Mila Mila. Oh, another new person in the room got it. Mila Mila. What's your real first name, honey? Is it actually Mila? I like to use first names when I read it. In my mind, it helps me connect better. I probably don't need them, but Alina. Okay. And Alina, where are you watching from in the world, may I ask? You're quite welcome, quite welcome. Alina from Rome. Yay, we've got people all over the place. I love it. Woohoo. Okay, so I have a friend that lives in Tuscany. I need to go visit Italy. I think it would be beautiful. Hello there, Tasnim. Welcome, welcome. All right, so Alina, here's the question for you. Do you have a specific question for me today, or would you like me to just see what Spirit wants to talk to you about? I call that a message from Spirit. So, do you want a message from Spirit, or do you have a specific question for me? Boop, ba-da-doo. Natasha, I didn't see you come in the room. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. You guys, when you walk in, feel free to say hi to me, even if I'm reading or whatever. I just like knowing that there's people in the room. It's kind of like when you walk into somebody's living room, you don't walk in and just throw yourself down and kick your feet up on the coffee table. You at least say hi first. Okay. Oh, you're totally fine. Putting that question in there is even better. Just because you were new, I didn't know if you would know to do that. Tasnim, I do personal readings here, but you'll have to stick around and see how that works. Hanging out, guessing wrong numbers. You're so cute. Okay, let's see. Try to tap in. Try to tap in, see if you get them right. Okay, so far we have people with beginner's luck. What will be? Okay, so Elena. So Michelle. So Michelle could be like a guy in France, or it could be a girl over here. Usually is Michelle name. Am I tapping in on a guy or a girl? Oh, Mikkel, Mikkel, Michaela. Okay. All right. So Elena and Michaela. All right. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. What will be Mikkel's feelings for Elena after they meet in person? What will be his feelings for her after they meet in person? Guys, thank you for the thumbs ups. Those are fantastic. Please remember to share this video out to the world if you did not already. Oh, this is really nice. Okay, so yeah, we've definitely got a feeling card here. I like this. So we start off, Elena, with the Hermit in reverse. And that's followed by the Two of Cups. And that is followed by the Princess of Pentacles. So the Hermit in reverse basically says, okay, well, I want to see you again after this. All right, that's the first thing that comes up. Two of Cups says, oh, I'm attracted to you. I'm intrigued by you. I'm interested in you. I want to get to know you better. I want to understand you more. That type of thing. And the Princess of Pentacles says, I'm willing to put some energy and some effort towards this idea of getting to know you better. So, very nice energy after our first meeting. You know, we don't have psychotic. I would have to be in a relationship with you right now. We do have this nice, oh, I think I want to get to know you more. Hello there, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. You're quite welcome. Quite welcome, Elena. Okay, so let's see. We've got 8 people in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 16. Boop a doo doo doo. Okay, I've got it circled right now. Whoever puts that number in front of me first is going to be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 16. 5 is not it. 14 is not it. 2 is not it. 13 is not it. 9 is not it. Cheryl Ford takes it away with a 7. Okay, Cheryl, do you have a question for me today or do you want a message from Spirit? Thank you guys for being here and for keeping me company. That is what makes this fun for me. I'm just having fun today. Message from Spirit. Okay, everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Is there anybody in the room who does not know what a piggyback message is? Message from Spirit for Cheryl Ford. Okay, Cheryl, you know the deal. Well, you had a card fall already. First 2 cards that come down are going to be the situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. Next 3 cards are going to be the best advice or heads up around that situation. Advice or insight, maybe I should say. Boop-a-da-doo. Excuse me. Okay. Here we go. All right. So, Cheryl, 9 of Pentacles showing up in reverse, covered by the Prince of Pentacles. Okay. So, 9 of Pentacles coming up in reverse just tells me that there's something where you're wishing you had a little bit more money. There's something that you want to do and you need a little bit more money to pull it off. With the Prince of Pentacles, we see you going taking care of business, doing your thing to make sure that you have that money coming in so that you can cover whatever this is where you feel like you should have more or you want more. All right. So that's what we see right there. That's funny. That's what our manifestation advice had to do with at the beginning of this video. All right. Now, for your best advice or heads up. Do, 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 do. That's funny. Cheryl, you have some dream poppers around you. We don't care what dream poppers have to say, do we? No, we don't. All right. We're starting with the Queen of Wands for your best advice or insight. Queen of Wands showing up in reverse tells me that you like to do things to nurture and uplift other people, and you like to use your creativity to be able to do that. You like to be able to think outside the box to do that. This advice or insight is saying, there might be some people in your sphere of influence that you've been trying to uplift. Might be time to stop that and let them uplift themselves. Now, we have the Fool. When you stop trying to uplift themselves, that gives you a chance, or stop trying to uplift them so they can do it themselves. That gives you a chance and the time and the resources for a whole new beginning. That is a leap of faith that may or may not be logical, but you just know that you know that you know that this is what you need to be doing right now, even though you don't know exactly where it's going to take you. And here's our dream poppers, those 3 of Cups in reverse. They're really annoying. They're jumping up and down on your last nerve. Why do I know they're dream poppers? Because here we see you out there beginning to live the dream, and then they're like, "Oh, you can't do that. Ah, what makes you think you can pull that off?" Blah, blah. Here's the thing, you're feeling like you're short, and so you're doing what you can, and you're totally capable of bringing in the money so that you no longer have to be short of money. Part of being able to bring in that money is not supporting other people who are your freaking dream poppers to start with anyway, and who are supposed to be supporting themselves to begin with. Quit supporting them. That allows you to make your new start. Wow, that card just flew out of my hand. In spite of the dream poppers whining and crying and telling you that you can't. The people that say that we can't need to get out of the way while we're doing it. That's all I have to say about that. If that makes sense for you, my dear. I mean, I'm living proof that we can. My mom came to visit me about 5 years after I started doing this for my living. And after I'd taken her and shown her around all day, we're walking up the driveway into my house where we're going to have a nice dinner. And she said, "So, this psychic stuff is really paying all of your bills?" Yes, yes, it is. And it would never have if I would have listened to you in the beginning. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense for you. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so we've got 4 people in the room, 5 people in the room. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 10. Everybody remember, put a thumbs up on this video. Number between 1 and 10. Okay, I've got it circled. Whoever puts that number in front of my face first is going to be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 10. Don't forget to thumbs up to Jen Davies. You got it right off the bat. See, this is what happens when you tap in, guys. Next thing you know, somebody's getting it right off the bat. All right, everybody be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Jen, do you want a message from Spirit or do you have a specific question for me today? Everybody, thank you seriously for being here and keeping me company. I appreciate it. Please tell everybody in the world about this video so that I can help more and more and more and more and more and more and more people. That makes me happy. Message, please, for Jen. Natasha, it looks like we've got a little bit of a delay going on. Either that or you pushed in a number accidentally way early. One or the other. Okay, let's see what we've got, Jennifer. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Boop ba da doo doot doot doot. Boop ba da doot 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 doot. All right, guys, if you think I can do good in a little 5-card message, you definitely want to get a live reading with me. Live readings are 30 minutes for $100, 45 for 150, or 1 hour for 60. All my contact information is on my website, which is in the description to this video. All right, so Jen, what you have here is the star card showing up in reverse. Thank you, whoever put that other thumbs up on the video. I appreciate it. Covered by the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, star card in reverse. This talks about giving up hope on something. With that 3 of Pentacles, this talks about the idea of giving up hope on some type of collaboration that you had going on, or maybe that you were thinking of having going on. I'm going to say it probably already happened. But star card in reverse, you're giving up hope on this collaboration. So you may be giving up hope on getting any good results out of this collaboration is what I'm going to kind of guess from that. Take my cue from that implication. All right, let's look at your best advice or heads up. Starting off with the 9 of Wands. This talks about making preparations. Can be making preparations for anything with this 9 of Wands. Could be making preparations for a trip, making preparations for a conversation, Making some kind of preparations. Well, what are you making preparations for? You're making preparations for the Prince of Cups. You're making preparations for some kind of romantic activity or some kind of activity that would show love. Doesn't really have to be romantic. It is something in a relationship. It has to do with positive emotions. So, making preparations for some kind of expression of love. And this is an active expression. This is where you're doing something. This isn't just where you're saying something. The page is where you're saying, the prince is where you're actually doing something. The ones on the horse are action. Okay, so you're expressing how much you care about somebody, but we've got that nine of wands in front of it. So you're making preparations to express how much you care for somebody. The somebody, this may be your somebody or Princess of Pentacles. This would be an earth sign, younger person. Or this could be the idea that you're expressing how much you care about somebody who, and it's not the actual person, but you may be going to give whoever you're expressing how much you care about them, you may be telling them good news about money or material goods. And it may be both. It may be this person that you're giving good news about money or material goods. Could be both in your case. So we have this all happening because there's not a lot of hope about good news coming out of a collaboration. So it looks to me like you're kind of pivoting. You're making preparations instead to do something kind for somebody and give them some kind of good news about money or material goods. So I hope that makes sense for you, my dear. Alrighty. Let's see. I've been here 36 minutes. Let's do one more person's reading before I take off. So I'm getting restless. It's time to get some exercise. All right. So let's see. 7 people in the room. We're going to do a number between 1 and 14. I've got it written down and circled right now. Whoever guesses it first and puts it in the chat first will be the next person I read for. Everybody remember, thumbs up on the video if you're getting anything out of it, especially. And also please share it out to the world. The more, the happier. The more, the merrier. 2 is not it. Number between 1 and, what did I say? 1 and 14. 2 is not it. Boo, ba da doo 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 doo. 12 is not it. Is Gracie the only one that wants a reading? I find that hard to believe. Whoever wants a reading, guess numbers between 1 and 14. I've picked one and circled it. If you put that number in the chat before anybody else, you'll be the next person I read for. 4 is not it. If you're the only one guessing, we could be here a long time with a number between 1 and 14. 4 is still not it. Boop-a-doo-doo. 8 is not it. Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo. Boop-a-da-doo. Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo. Number between 1 and 14. Don't say that yet, Grant. 3 is not it. You can guess again if you want, but I'm not going to read again for you. But the more comments this video gets, the better it looks for YouTube, so I'm not going to stop you from guessing. 7 is not it. 6 is not it. Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo. 11 is not it. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. Boop-a-da-doo. 9 is not it. It's one of my favorite numbers, ladies and gentlemen. 12 is not it. 5 is not it. 8 is not it. Yep. First time is lucky. First timers usually are lucky. I've noticed that before. 3 is not it. It is not 3 again. Nope. Nope. Boop ba da doo doo boo. And if I have not said your number, then it hasn't shown up on my chat. 13. Gran, I told you not to count yourself out. There you go. Okay, Miss Gracie. What would you like, my dear? A message from Spirit, or do you have a specific question for me? Yay! Somebody won it. Woohoo. Spirit for Gracie. Okay, everybody be on the lookout for a piggyback message. First 2 cards are going to be the situation Sacred Spirit wants to talk to you about. After that, the next 3 cards are the best insight or advice. Heads up or advice around the situation. Oop-a-da-doo-doo. Gracie. Oh, I like this. Hmm. This is interesting. That's your mom's favorite number? 13 is a very good number for females. And if you know Native American folklore, at least according to the Ojibwe, there's 8 grandfathers and there's 13 grandmothers. So 13 is very lucky. Alrighty. Let's see what we have going on here for you, Miss Gracie. Well, you still might get a piggyback message. Just keep your eye out and see what happens. All right. 3 of Swords showing up in reverse. We like this card. It talks about healing from some kind of heartache or heartbreak. So, yes, that's a good start. Now, covering it, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So, this gets us a little bit more specific. This healing has to do with a payday or with finances. But usually I see this card as a payday. So, this is healing up of a payday. So, maybe somebody forgot to pay you, paid you too late, didn't pay you everything they owed you, but there's some kind of healing coming up with a payday. That's what Spirit wants to talk to you about is healing up a payday. Okay? Now, best advice or heads up. This is interesting because it has to do with your home. Hmm. We have the Strength card in reverse. Okay? The Strength card in reverse. There's some strength there, but not a lot. This is a lot of times when my strength card comes up in reverse, it's kind of like this is something that it talks about something that I'm not good at or something where maybe there's some kind of flaw that needs to be improved. Okay? So if we got the strength card in reverse and we wanted to put it in gym language, this might be, well, I know I need to improve my arms. Let's make a plan for that. So this strength card in reverse would be about arms in that case. But I think this is about your home or maybe about your family. I think maybe there's something that needs to be improved about your home, possibly about your family, but I don't know how you really improve your family once they're all already born, you know. So I'm going to say that there's something that is not your most favorite thing about your home and somehow it ties into this getting over some kind of heartache about a payday. And we have the last card here, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, talks about a second chance. Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense for the second chance. So, delayed payday or getting over problems, getting over a delayed payday or something like that. So, this would be about family not being very strong. financially, maybe, or just too busy to pay, whatever. There's still this idea of kind of weakness there and the second chance. I think you're giving them the second chance by actually paying, and now she has to pay you back. I thought so. The home that you used to live in, that you used to be able to cook in and sell your food. That's the one we're talking about, right? That's your ex home, but that still has to do with family. She should be lucky. She should count herself lucky that you're able to do that, especially since you're not still cooking for the masses. All right. So I think that is enough time for me to be spending here. You guys, if you want a reading with me, I will knock your socks off. Five little cards is really kind of nothing. So if you want to book a reading with me, all that info is on my website. Best way to contact me to ask questions or to schedule is going to be by phone. Emails tend to get lost, so call me or text me. And readings are 30 minutes for $100, 45 minutes or 150, or an hour is 200. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Peace.